here for Yoga Barre. Today we are going to use our resistance band and our chair. You can find your own resistance if you don't have a resistance band. So we're going to keep our chair here off to the front of our mat and our resistance band, and we're just going to warm up. So we'll start with our feet hip distance apart, parallel. Just inhale your arms overhead, find those palms to meet. Exhale down to our heart center. 3 more times. Have that slight bend in your knees, softening. We're just breathing, reaching high to the sky. Exhaling those hands to our heart center. 1 more time. Just shift forward and back on your feet, side to side, feeling the 4 corners of our feet. When you find yourself feeling all 4 corners, come back to the center, lift your toes so you feel your legs engage. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. We're going to release our hands here. We're just going to find a Tadasana, a mountain pose. We're going to spin our pinkies forward, our thumbs back, pulling our shoulder blades together, sliding our ears back over our shoulders. Just take a moment here. We're going to inhale our arms overhead, and we're just going to hold them up here. Spin those pinkies forward, our thumbs back, and we're just going to start in our Tadasana here. One-legged, lift our right leg, then our left, point our feet. Slide those shoulders down your back. 1 more each side, and then we're going to pull our arms, our elbows into our waist. Pointing those toes, stretching out our ankles. 1 more each side, and then we're going to twist, opposite elbow to knee. One more each side. Find those hands overhead. 1 more. Then we're going to pull down. Elbow to opposite knee. One more each side. My mat is moving here. I'm just going to straighten it back out. We're going to find ourselves at the top of our mat. Just inhale those arms overhead. Exhale those hands down to our heart center. We're going to step our left foot back. We'll take our hands at our side and just bring our arms overhead for a lunge. We're going to step forward. Take that right leg back. We're going to move through these lunges. Stretching out our hip flexors. Looking down, making sure we see our toes in front of our knee. Bringing up our heart rate. 2 more. Last one. We're just going to face the side of our mat. Inhale our arms overhead. Exhale down to our heart center. We're going to find our feet parallel. We're going to take side lunges. So we're going to step to the right. Find ourselves coming back to center. Step to the left. 1 more on this side. And then we're going to start to bend down and touch our toes. Again, making sure that knee and toes are aligned. Two more each side. Inhaling our hands overhead, exhaling them down into our heart center. We're going to find our resistance band, our strap. So we're going to take it and depending depending on how long yours is, wrap it around. We're gonna find ourselves with those feet parallel, and then we're just gonna open them wide. So keep a slight bend in your knees, and we're gonna bring our arms overhead, and we're just gonna stretch our band out and pull it our arms behind our head. Keeping that belly tight and toned. Your elbows will have a slight bend. One more. We're gonna bring it out in front, palms face down. We're gonna pull it apart, pull our arms back, and extend them forward. Again, micro bend in that elbow. One more. Now we're gonna find ourselves squatting, sitting back. So bend those knees. Again, toes may slightly turn out to protect our knees. We're in a wide leg squat. Bring those arms overhead. Exhale and pull. One more. Gonna bring them out in front. We're gonna sit back deeper in our chair. Letting those shoulder blades come down our back. One more. We're gonna stand up. So we're gonna add a combination. So we're gonna bring our arms overhead. Exhale, sit and squat. Come back up, bring them forward, squat. Sitting our weight back in our heels. Two more. Last one. We're gonna bring our feet back together, finding them hip distance. We're gonna sit in that chair. So sitting back in our heels, weight out of our toes, slightly tuck our tail, and we're gonna find our arms dangling down in front of us. We're finding T-flies here, so we're just gonna open our elbows to the side and bring them back down. Keep shifting your weight back in your heels. We're gonna hold it out and pulse down in our chair. We're gonna find our T-squat again, hinging forward and opening. One more time where we pulse here, so we're just hovering over here and pulsing. Last one. Gonna stand up, roll our shoulders down our back. So we're gonna find ourselves, again, parallel mountain. We're gonna take and we're gonna step and find our left foot on our resistance band, and we're gonna grab with our right, and we're gonna sit, and we're just gonna bicep curl. One more. we'll switch. We're gonna take this strap on our right foot now. Sink in our chair, pull it across, point that palm forward, and bicep curl. That elbow's right at your side. Last one. We're gonna stand up, we're gonna take our strap. Here's this long enough. Put both feet. We're gonna sit in our chair. Palms face forward. We're sinking our weight back in our heels. Double bicep curls. Two more. We're gonna stretch up. Just inhale your arms high to the sky. Exhale them down into our heart center. One more time. We're gonna come to the top of our mat. We're gonna keep our strap with us. We're gonna make our way down to the floor. So we're gonna inhale our arms high to the sky. Exhale as we pull our hands to our heart center and roll down. Hinge. Let your upper body fall over your hips. Just here in a forward fold for a moment. Let your chin come to your chest. We're gonna come down to one knee, then the other. We're gonna find ourselves on our left side. So we're gonna find a side plank. So we can either find the kneeling side plank, or we can come down on our forearm, stack our feet. We're gonna take, our left hand's gonna face forward. We're gonna wrap our strap, and we're gonna open and close here. Working our triceps here. And again, you can always come to that left knee and come up high on your hand. So whichever version is for you, stack your right foot in front of your left. Two more. Lift that right hip higher, and then we're gonna pulse. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna roll on our forearms, come to our knees, shift back for your first child's pose. Stretch your arms out in front of you, release your armpits, sink your hips back toward your heels, let your forehead come down on the mat. Breathing in and out. Exhale any excess heat out through your mouth. Elongate that exhale to slow your heart rate. 2 more breaths. We're gonna make our way up, and we're gonna come to the other side. So we're gonna come down either on our right forearm, stacking our left foot in front of our right for our forearm plank, side plank, or down to this knee, up on our top arm, and we're gonna open and close here. Find the version that's right for you. Finding 3 more. And we're gonna pulse. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come over to the floor, drop to your knees, shift back for a child's pose. from our child's pose. We're gonna find ourselves coming onto our glutes. Walk those hips back. We're gonna flex our feet in front of us. We're gonna take our strap, wrap it around this left foot. We're gonna take both of our tails in this right hand. Our palm is gonna face inward and it's on the outside of our right knee. And we're gonna row. We're just gonna pull it back and let it come forward. But our elbow only comes as forward as our hip. And we pull our elbow back behind us. You can find this hand overhead, fingertips at the floor, hand on your hip. Keeping our shoulders square. Our feet are flexed. Our core is engaged. We're tall through our spine. 2 more. And then we're gonna pulse. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch our feet. So wrap it around this right leg. Take both tails. We're gonna find our palm facing in. We align on the outside of our hip. Pull that elbow back in line with our hip bone. Roll our shoulders back, sit tall, flex our feet. Again, find our version with our right hand, and then we're pulling it back behind us, and then only as far forward as our elbow comes to the hip. Again, squaring those shoulders. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna pulse. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna release. We're gonna come onto our knees. So just find yourself kickstanding here with your toes. And we're just gonna engage our lower body for a moment, activate our muscles. So we're gonna inhale our arms overhead, slide our shoulders down our back, and then as we exhale, we're just gonna hinge at our knees, come forward. Exhale and hinge, inhale and come up. We got 3 more. Last one. All right, we're gonna bring our hands to our hips. We still have our resistance band. We're gonna step our right foot forward for a kneeling lunge. So just take a moment, take your hands above your knee. Find your proper spacing. Keep this back left toe kickstand. Make sure your right knee is in line with your ankle. Just maybe bend and ease off to stretch out your left hip flexor. One more time. So we're gonna stay in this lunge. We're gonna take it and we're gonna loop it around this left foot. So we're gonna take, while we're back here to our left foot, pull up here with our strap. It can come even around your ankle. And we're gonna find both of our elbows bent right by our ears. And we're gonna straighten and bend, working our tricep. Deepen into our lunge. Keep that belly engaged. We're gonna pulse 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch. So bring this right leg back. We're gonna release, kickstand these toes, and I'm gonna sit my strap down. Inhale my arms overhead. I'm gonna exhale and hinge back, bring my arms forward and back. I can also bring them all the way down to my side. Hinging just at my knees, keeping from my knees all the way to the crown of my head straight. Engaging that core. 2 more. I'm gonna grab my strap, step my left leg forward, take my hands above this left knee, just bend into the left knee, slightly straighten, stretching out our right hip flexor. One more time. Take my strap, loop it around. See, it's a challenge just to loop it around. Kickstand those toes. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna pull up with my right hand all the way up my back. Find my elbows bent right by my ears, and then straighten those elbows. Sink into my left knee. Keeping my core engaged. One more. And then I'm gonna pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. I'm gonna sweep this left leg back, bring my hands down to the mat. Starfish my hands, flip my toes. I'm gonna lift my hips for a downward facing dog. Stretch out fully through my spine, the backs of my legs, just bend and straighten. Sway your hips, shake your head no, shake your head yes. And then find 3 breaths in your static down dog, sliding those shoulder blades down your back. Pull that belly button toward your spine, hinge deeper at your hips, and release your heels to the floor. We're gonna walk our feet toward our hands or step. Just hinge at those hips. I'm gonna grab my strap and just reverse swan dive up. Pull my hands into my heart center. So I had a 1 piece. I'm gonna tie it because I'm gonna put it around my ankles. So you want to, if you're tying yours, tie it tight enough. Maybe it had a loop already. So we're gonna take it and I'm gonna place it around both my ankles. I'm gonna face my chair. And again, just making sure when you tie it in your loop, your strap is tight enough. Mine is a little loose. So I wanna be able to find when I'm hip distance with my feet, that's at full tension, because then when I open, so we're gonna place our hands on our chair, hips face forward. We're at hip distance with our feet, feet are parallel. So we're gonna work on our gluteus medius, our outer hip, and resistance will work on our inner thigh. So our chair is just providing us support. So we're gonna lift our right leg and take it an angle, like back toward if I was looking over my shoulder. And bring it back to center. It can hover or come to the floor. Keeping that micro bend in the left knee, not to lock out. So we're activating right here. Activating your core. You got this. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, And we're gonna hold it out and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 8 more, full range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel that activation in this outer glute region. 2 more. We'll bring it back in. We're gonna work now on the left side. Hands again in our chair. Toes are facing forward. Micro bend in your knees. Again, it's gonna go back from the diagonal from the left shoulder. So take your hand and just touch right here where your glute meets your hip. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna pulse. Full range. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake those hips, wiggle it out. We didn't really stretch our arms, so while we're wiggling those hips, take those arms to our sides, pull those shoulder blades together. We'll take this right arm across, stretch out that shoulder, maybe sway side to side. We'll bend this elbow behind our back, palms face our back. Open wide, pull those shoulder blades together, take the left arm across. I cheated you a little in your stretching of your arms. We'll bend this left arm, stretch out that tricep. Open up, pull our shoulder blades together. We're gonna take our hands around behind our back, clasp those palms together, roll our shoulders back, straighten those elbows, puff out our chest. We're gonna release. We can come to either side of our chair or we can face forward. We're gonna keep this around our ankles and we're gonna find ballerina squat. So we're just gonna go to our right side. So if you wanna come to the side of your chair or stay facing forward, I'm just gonna come to the side to demonstrate. So feet are parallel, just slightly turn out when we step. Ankle or knee, ankle and toes are all in a line. So we're just gonna step out and squat. We're only coming back in for those feet hip distance apart. Your ballerina squat may get bigger. Two more. We're gonna switch sides. So I'm just gonna move my chair to the other side. You can stay facing your chair. So again, I'm just starting hip distance, slightly turn out my toes. I'm gonna step out and squat. One more. All right, we're all gonna face our other. We're gonna slide our band down up above our knees. So we're gonna find our feet at first position. We're gonna ballerina squat out to the right, back to center, click those heels to the left. One more each side, then we're gonna pulse. So we're gonna pulse to the right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click those heels, step to the left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click those heels one more time to the right. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels touch. Step back to the left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels come back together. We're going to remove our strap. Come back to center. Releve. We're going to lift and lower. One more. Lower down. We're going to take the strap off. So we're going to find ourselves here with our chair at the front of our mat. We're facing forward, hips square, shoulders square. We're going to step out to a second position, squat with our right leg, and then we're going to assemble. Just bring our heel across, so almost our toes are facing our left toes. So we're going to just rest our hands on our chair, second position, squat, and bring it across. One more. Come back to center. We're going to go to the other side. We're going to step left and squat and assemble across. When we squat, our toes and knees are in a line. One more. So we're going to come back to center, and we're going to take this again to the right. So our toes are slightly turned out, so step out to your second position, your ballerina squat. Bring the right leg across. We get 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to pulse. We're going to bring this right leg in the front and bring it in the back. Our heels going to the left, keeping a micro bend in the left leg. We're going to take it one more time. Step out, cross. Second position, ensemble. Last one. We're going to step here, and we're going to come to our left. Toes are slightly turned out. Step to your second position, squat, and then bring this right leg across, or left leg across. Your left heel toward the right side. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to pulse, so we're bringing it front and back. Bend in the left leg. We're not swinging it. We're using this gluteus side muscle here. All right. So we're gonna stand in second position, and we're gonna take a second position squat to our right. Okay. Second position squat, and take the right heel across to our left side. Toes in line with our knees. We're going straight down. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna assemble pulse. So bring it across in our front. Right heel toward the left side. Micro bend in the left knee, bend in our right knee. Using the side of your glute medius, to activate the movement. One more, and then we're gonna go full range again. We got 3, 2, 1. Find yourself second position again. We're gonna go to our left. Second position squat to the left. Bring the left heel across to the right side. Keep that knee bent, that assemble. Nice. Second position squat with an assemble. Activate that core. We got 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we're gonna pulse. So front and back. Micro bend in the right leg. Activating the outer hip glute region. One more, front and back, full range. Second position squat, assemble. Last one. All right, just shake those legs for a minute. We're gonna bring our right heel to our glute, just stretch our quads a moment. We're gonna release, bring the left heel to our glute. So we're gonna come stand with our feet hip distance apart. We're gonna slightly turn our toes out. We're gonna bend this right knee out to the side and take the inside of our right foot behind the back of our knee. Toes and knee in line here on our left side. We're gonna lift and extend it straight back and bring it in. Lift, extend straight back, bring it in. Lift, turn that hip, bring it in. It can also become a smooth transition. Not to lock out through your left leg, keep that micro bend. Two more. We're gonna release. Feet are square, slightly turn them out. Bend the left knee, take it behind the right back of the knee. So we're gonna lift, we're gonna turn our hip, top of our shoelace points down, bend out to the side and bring it back in. Lift, turn the hip, rotate it back out. We're rotating it in and out. We're working our inner and outer thighs. Lift, extend, back in. Lift, extend, back in. Lift, extend, back in. And if you notice, I don't do it perfectly every time. It's okay. Just make sure your right toes are in line with your knee. Make sure you're feeling it in your outer and your inner thigh. One more. We're gonna inhale our arms high to the sky. Exhale them down into our heart center. One more time. We're gonna move our chair out of the way. So we're gonna inhale those arms overhead, exhale them down into our heart center. We're gonna find ourselves taking this right leg, opening it up to the side, bending into our left knee, lifting the right ankle above our left knee and sit in a figure four. Stretch out our right outer hip. Sit in that chair. You can always find a forward fold here depending on where you are, or you just sit, or you use your chair. If you found the floor, come back up. Work your way back up. Release this right leg. We're going to do the same on our left. Again, your chair can be your balance. And if you lose your balance, just like I did before, just make your way back in. Flex this left foot. Sit back into the chair first. Find your balance. Feel the stretch in your left outer hip. Maybe when you hover all the way down and those elbows can touch the feet, maybe then your hands find the floor. We'll walk those hands back up. Release. Inhale our arms overhead. Exhale those hands. We're gonna forward fold with those prayer hands down through our heart center. We're gonna come down to our knees. We're gonna find ourselves in a side plank kneeling. So coming on our left leg, left hand on the floor, left foot kickstand directly behind us off our mat, right foot out, toes pointing forward, pressing the right outer edge of our foot. We're gonna extend and just stretch this right arm to the sky, lifting the right side of our body. We're gonna lift this left hand up and come all the way up to our gate. Now we're just gonna lower down and hover our fingertips and then lift back up. Palms face either forward or each other. We got two more. We're gonna come back up and we're just gonna hover. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, pull those hands to our heart center. We're gonna switch, come down on the right knee. It kickstands behind you. Extend the left foot out. Left toes point forward, outer edge. We're gonna come down on this right hand. Stretch the left hand to the sky. Just open up, feel a stretch here in our left side body, our hip. We're gonna lift this right arm off. As we exhale, we're gonna lower and hover. Inhale up. Exhale and lower and hover. Inhale up. We're feeling this in our left obliques. We got 3 more before we hover. Okay, we're gonna hover 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back up. Pull those hands down to our heart center. We're gonna bring those knees in, and we're gonna come forward on our mat and just lower yourself all the way down. Turn to the tops of your feet. And we're gonna have to extend our arms out in front of us. So make sure you have room for your arms and your feet. We're gonna find Superman. So a little more core work. We can rest on our forehead for a moment. And we're gonna lift our upper body and our feet and our legs. If it's too much, you can just lift either the legs or the upper body. So as you exhale, we're gonna lift, inhale and lower. Exhale and lift, inhale and lower. Two more. We're gonna hold it up for 8 counts. So exhale and lift. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna stay lifted and swim. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. We're gonna push ourselves up and back into a child's pose. Stretching out our spine, releasing our armpits to the floor, catching our breath. Now, release those armpits to the floor. Each and every breath, we elongate our spine. We're gonna slightly come up on our hands. We're gonna take our right palm, face it up, and thread it through, coming down on our right shoulder, sinking back again into our child's pose. So threading our right arm through here in our child's pose. We can start to turn our gaze up under the left armpit, and we can take this left arm and just place it in the middle of our back, breathing into our back body. We'll bring this left hand, extend it long again, slightly come up on our knees, take this right hand, shift back to our child's pose again. Slightly lift, take the left palm up, thread it through, come down on our left shoulder, our gaze is under our right armpit. Maybe take this right hand at the small of our back, sink our hips back toward our heels, finding a little twist here, opening and stretching our shoulders. Extend this right arm forward, slightly lift, come back to our child's pose. We're gonna come up, sweep our feet out of the way, coming to a seated position, extending our legs long in front of us, walking back, finding both our sits bones, flex those feet to the sky. We can keep a bend in our knees or find those legs straight. Inhale our arms overhead, slide our shoulders down our back. Exhale as we hinge at our hips, forward fold, tuck our chin in our chest. We can just rest our hands on our toes, side of our mat, our shins. Each and every breath, melt forward. We're gonna walk our hands back up. We're gonna open our legs wide. So those feet come wide. Again, sitting tall through our spine. Inhale our arms overhead. We're gonna reach forward. Just come down on our forearms, tuck our chin to our chest. Stretching out the backs of our legs. You can slide those hands out to our ankles, our toes. We'll slide our hands back into center. We're gonna walk up. We're gonna bring one knee at a time in, and we're gonna make our way down on our mat. So you can roll down one vertebra at a time or just make your way down. Once you're down on your mat, we'll bring our knees into our chest. Gently rock side to side. We're gonna take our hands on the inside of our knees, open our knees wider than our hips, take the soles of the feet to our sky for happy baby. Reach for the inside, the outside, peace fingers around the big toes. Bring your tailbone back down to the mat, elbows on the inside of our knees, gently open them and use your arm strength to bring those knees down toward the floor. You can add in that rock. Release any kind of bind, take our hands on the outside of our knees. We'll bring our knees over our hips, extend our arms out to our side, and we're gonna let those knees come over to our left. Finding a double leg twist. Our gaze can go over toward our right fingertips. We're gonna bring it back up to center. Bring our knees up through center, and then let them come over to our right side, keeping our left shoulder blade down on the mat. Maybe our gaze comes toward these left fingertips. Bring our knees back up to center. And we'll roll to either side through fetal pose. Gently push ourselves up to seated. Taking our time to get there. Once we're here, just roll our shoulders down our back. Inhaling our arms high to the sky. Exhaling those hands down to our heart center. One more time. Exhaling them in our heart center. I wish you a week filled with balance and joy. Namaste.